All right, what's good, family? Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Giving all praise, Yahawah Shah. There's the book of Job right here, chapter 1. And I'm going to start right here at verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahawah Shah and eschewed evil. Now, I'm going to scroll down here, y'all, to verse 7. So I'm going to read verse 7 through 12 right here. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth Yahawah Shah and eschewed evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Does Job fear Yahawah Shah for naught? Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side, that has blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land? But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah Shah. And I'll say shalom to your hopeful elect brothers out there that scatter across to the four corners of the earth, that's preaching and trucking every single day through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shah, trying to get his word out. Shalom to your brothers out there. And I'm going to title this one right here. Yahawah Shah is going to test everybody's character heavily in these times, man, because he wants to see if we are true friends, man. So your answer is going to be different from the crowd's answer, but he wants to see if you are a real and a true friend for the heavenly realm. Yahawah Shah is going to test our character heavily, man. He's going to test us. We're being tested now. We are being tested now, but he wants to see that even if our answer, which is going to be different from the crowd's answer, he wants to see if we are going to be real and true friends for the heavenly realm. And, you got this Jacob's trouble that's about to pop off. You got this RFID chip that's about to become mandatory. You got World War III, which is going to be popping off, man. It's already started, But, we still have some prophecies that need to come forth, which is that RFID chip. But with this RFID chip becoming mandatory, it's easy to go out there and say, oh, yeah, well, I'm not going to go out there and take it until you see that there's no food on the shelves, until there's no more water. You can't wash your own ass. You can't drink water, until you see people that have kids and they can't feed their own kids, until you lose your own home, you lose your own car, you lose everything, man. Are you still going to worship Yahawah Shah? Are you in this for likes, for comments? Are you in this because you really want to go and edify your own people? Or are you in this because it's some, thing, that people, doing, so you just want to, join and just get fame and, try to get females and stuff? Or are you really in this to go and serve Yahawah Shah? Because once you get in this, guess what? You can't fall out, because Yahawah Shah is going to make sure to go and get your ass. What are you in this for? And like I said, we're going to be heavily tested. So we got to go and we got to keep our faith no matter what happens. And just like here, I was reading some of these scriptures here in the book of Job, and I'm pretty sure, that most of y'all already read the book of, Job. Job is one of Yahawah Shah's greatest servants, man. He was a very wealthy man in the land of Uz, like I was, reading, and, Satan, already knew about Job. He was very, very wealthy. He had a lot of cattle, a lot of wives, he had a lot of children. Satan came and said, oh yeah, hey, I bet, that Job, so basically, if you take everything from him, I bet you, that Job will curse you, and Yahawah Shah pretty much said here, hast thou considered my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man. So Yahawah Shah already knew about him, and, we all read, how, Job, pretty much, bulls, was struck on him. He lost his cattle. Job's friends, even thought Job was crazy. But here it says, and all this, Job sinned not, nor charged Yahawah Shah foolishly. And see, we're going to have to come to a point where we don't go out there and do that. We may have to lose our own life for this chip. I may have to lose my own life. I told y'all a long, long time ago. I had a dream that I was in prison, and I do believe it was because of that RFID microchip. We are gonna have to lose our lives for this truth. Some of us are gonna have spiritual power. Some of us are gonna actually witness Yahawah coming down. But some of us, we're gonna lose our own life. If I have to lose my own life, I'm fine with it. But we got to put it through our brains that we can't charge Yahawah foolishly, because Yahawah constantly tests his servants, because he wants to see if they have integrity, if they have loyalty, if they are loyal to him, they have loyalty to their own people, if they are loyal to their own self, and not going out there selling out, not going out there, getting wicked because something didn't go their own way, or they just start talking stupid, just like Job's wife. Start talking stupid, talking about, oh yeah, why don't you just curse God? Just curse Yahawah, and then we just all die. And speaking of that, here, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read that part here. Yeah, so right here, verse 9 here. So this is Job chapter 2, verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Yahawah and die. But Job said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahawah, and shall we not receive evil? And in all this, did not Job sin with his lips? Right here. Now, when Job's 3 friends heard all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shunite, and Zophar the Naamite, for they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. Yeah. Hey, but like I was saying, even Job's wife, even started acting crazy, and we all know, that females are the weaker vessel. But the thing is, and the whole point is that we cannot lose our integrity to Yahawah no matter what happens to us, because there will come a point where this includes me. I'm going to lose my own place. There's going to come a point where I can't pay all these, no bills. I'm struggling now, even paying bills. But guess what? I'm not going to lose my integrity to Yahawah. And even though I just said that to y'all, I got to live to that, because I am struggling. I'm struggling just like everybody else out here, But there's going to come a point to where we're going to lose our own place. We ain't going to have no job. Yeah. That's why they got these damn AI data centers made. That's why they got this damn AI made. Yeah, man, they're gonna start framing us. They're gonna start framing us. They're gonna start putting words in our mouth. Start, taking things that we said and then start twisting it, and then making us say things that we ain't never said, and then we're gonna be put in prison. And then they're gonna deliver us up. And they're gonna be like, yeah, he had said this, all kind of shit gonna be happening. But see, that's a test from Yahawah. But like I said, we're going to be going through all kind of tests, man. Yeah. And then I know Israelite men, this includes me. We all love females. But we have to understand, too, when it comes to, females, we got to think with our brain. We can't think with our thing down south, because you got brothers out there like that. They'll think down south. We can't go out there and do that. Yahawah wants to go see, if we don't have bird brains, we actually think maturely, and we're thinking, spiritual, and we're thinking in a manner, that is Israelite-like, because you got to keep in mind, the nation of Israel is a separate people. You got to carry yourself a certain way. Yes, we are in these mortal bodies, but hey, Yahawah knows who's trying, and he knows who's not trying. Who's not trying to go and do what? Who's not trying to go out there and actually do right. But like I said here, we can't be out here speaking foolish, because it's just going to get rougher and rougher and rougher out there, man. It ain't going to get any easier. Yeah. But right here, I'm going to read verse 13 here. It says, so they sat down with them upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very, very great. And I wanted to go read that, because when Yahawah was on earth, when he was serving, us, when he was trying to make a way for the Israelites, trying to redeem the Israelites and give a way for us to come back to the Father Yahawah. He lived his entire life. Yahweh Shah's life was mostly grief, man. Yeah, just imagine carrying the sins of the nation of Israel, all kind of sins on your back, and then you can't mess up, man. That's some heavy ass shit, man. But that's why I'm very, very grateful, because I know that the Father Yahawah did not have to give me this truth. He didn't have to give none of us this truth, but the thing is that, not even trying to compare myself to Yahweh Shah, because nobody can bear what Yahweh Shah went through. It's just that when we end this in this truth, we're gonna have grief. We are still here in captivity. It's gonna be grief, man. A lot of grief, man. It ain't gonna be happiness. It's gonna be grief. Curse when you go in and curse when you go out. That's in the Deuteronomy 20 curses. Curse when you go in and curse when you come out. We ain't meant to go have fun here. So we're gonna be tested. But even if we have grief, we got to keep our integrity to Yahawah Basham Shah. That's why we got to stay close to Yahawah Basham Shah. Yeah, you want to be able to, take days off. And when I mean take days off, you got to relax your own mind. You got to relax your own body. Because you have Esau out here trying to work us, the fucking death, because they don't want us coming back to Yahawah Basham Shah. But, you don't want to take too many days off, trying to, rejuvenate and stuff, because you miss a lot. And when you miss a lot, guess what? You're kind of moving away from, Yahawah Basham Shah. And the last thing, that you want to do is get out this truth. Because it's going to get so rough out here. People are going to think that Yahawah Basham Shah doesn't even exist. It's going to get that bad out here. Y'all going to see a lot of people fall out. It's going to get that bad out here. But yeah, y'all. Hey, Yahawah Basham Shah, he's going to test our character heavily in these times, man. He is really going to test us, because our answer is going to be different from the crowd's answer. He wants to see if we're going to be true. He wants to see if we're going to be loyal to him. He wants to see if we are really about being Israelites. Because if we're going to be kings, y'all, we can't be out here making stupid. We can't be out here living stupid, making stupid decisions, having mindsets like children. We can't be out there doing that. The Lord is going to expect us to think maturely, to think like men. We can't be out here living stupid, thinking stupid, being stupid, because the Lord is docking all that. These angels, they had that docking all that. And I already know, because GMS already said it. At least 98% of these damn women, they're going to be gone. These women, the Lord going to have to reset this entire. He's going to make a whole new set of them. And most of these fucking men, they're going to be gone too. Because they act like little bitches. But yeah, y'all, hey, we got to keep our integrity during these times. We got to keep our integrity. And yeah, we just got to keep on pushing. Because it's not going to get no easier. Stay close to Yahawah Basham Shah. No matter what. No matter what happens, keep your loyalty and keep your integrity to Yahawah Basham Shah. No matter what happens. Giving all praise Yahawah Basham Shah. And I'll be coming to you guys with another audio clip soon. Peace.